Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of May 4th. As always, we'll get started off with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Tyrannical, Bursting, Explosive, and Prideful. Again, that's Tyrannical, Bursting, Explosive, and Prideful. These are going to be a bit rough of affixes for pug groups especially. Not only do you have the Tyrannical week, but Bursting, something that some groups definitely overpull and definitely just kill everything at the same time and burst themselves to death, especially like in pugs. And explosive is a thing. While it's easy to deal with now, it can also have one randomly go off. If one randomly goes off while you're bursting, it could get pretty rough in pugs. For high-end people, these won't be too awful bad because explosive will be dealt with instantaneously. And bursting, you can manage bursting. So definitely probably the lower level you are, the harder this week would be what I would say for a suggestion there. Let's go ahead and get into what's going on in game this week. This week we do have the Darkmoon Fair going on. I will be spending time there. I mentioned it last time, but getting up the 1,000 ticket mount or token ticket, whatever you get for doing the stuff, mount my little toddler son wants to get. So we're working on that together until we get that mount. So I will be in Darkmoon Fair pretty much every day this week. We also have the Battleground bonus event going on, so that's a good way to get honor, especially for your alts. Honor is still a good way to initially gear your alts if you don't mind Battlegrounds, right? If you really don't want to run a bunch of Battlegrounds, then it's not a great way because you do have to run a lot. But it is a pretty decent way to freshly gear your character. Not if you want to get into high end stuff, but just to freshly gear it. We also have the Torghast event Chorus of Souls going on. This is one that I really liked. Saw some mixed reviews on this one, but I really enjoyed the Chorus of Souls. So that'll be going on this week, and you can take advantage of that if you like it. As always, you don't have to choose the event power thing if you don't want to. It'll be on like the first Anima power. If you're interested in what that is, I do have a video on that as well, on these affixes. Other than that, there is a hot air balloon ride. This is one I've done a video on before. It is pretty much nothing. They could always do stuff better, obviously, but as of now, it's probably not worth going and checking out, honestly. So yeah, that's about it that's going on in game this week. As far as rating goes, we are getting very close to SLG. We had a little bit of roster turnover, not at the best time, but I still felt like we were pretty close last week, despite that, and despite having some other issues as well. So hopefully that dies. Get on Sire, get done with that. And move on from this very plagued reg tier as far as it being a bit rough, especially for more of these mid-range or lower range mythic guilds, because very reliant on comp in this raid, honestly. So you really need to have like these stacked Death Knights or stacked Shaman. If you had all of that, then that was great. But I'm really looking forward to getting to another raid tier where I'm fine with it being really hard, but maybe that the comp won't matter as much. That would really benefit my team, I know. So, other than that, I've been working a little bit on alts as I normally am. I've been working a little bit on gold making as I often am, just plugging away here and there. And then other than that, I just been playing on the PTR a lot. So that's a new thing for me. I haven't really played PTR historically. But I'll keep giving you PTR content. I think it's actually important, even if the videos don't get a ton of views or anything. I at least want to put an alternate narrative out there sometimes, because sometimes I see these videos from the PTR, I just kind of assume that they're right, or maybe try to fill in the gaps myself. But a lot of times, a lot of other bigger creators' content is a little bit incomplete. So I'm gonna stick with doing the PTR stuff, keep putting out what I think is a true and fair narrative about what's actually happening in the PTR, and go from there. So I actually am enjoying I actually been doing a lot of Torghast on the PTR because I'm actually enjoying it. I have a video out recently, Torghast is saved. It is actually pretty fun for me. Not for everybody, but the idea that it's terrible or something is obviously out of control. To speak with such hyperbole is just stupid. So that's about it for this video. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.